Hey guys, 2019 Aravail here again. So it turns out I only recorded audio for the first 12 of the 20 matches I ended up recording. So I am going to watch these in advance and then come back as I am now and do some narration for them. Hopefully I can still kind of get in my head from 5 years ago. So he has Landorus Therian, I have Aegislash. I don't want Aegislash to take a ground type attack, so I switch out to Vaporeon, who is my physical wall. Earthquake does less than half, which is what I like to see. Vaporeon's probably trained that way. So, as usual, I go for the Wish on Vaporeon, one of the best moves in competitive battling, at least in this gen. Don't want to take a grass attack from Venusaur, so I switch into Latios, who will resist it being Dragon type. It Mega Evolves, uses Giga Drain, and that's not too bad. Um, I probably should have protected to get the health back from the Wish, as you'll see later on, but anyway, I didn't. So he brings in Gyarados, and I go for Thunderbolt, which I guess was me predicting the switch. Maybe I just got lucky, but that's pretty awesome. I do have Intimidate on Latios, but Latios is a special attacker, so it doesn't really matter. Um, don't have a lot I could do to Landorus, and it's probably going to try to Rock Slide me or something, so I switch to Vaporeon, which is good to take a knockoff, although I do lose leftovers, so that's pretty unfortunate. And because I can't survive another attack, there's not really much I can do there, so I just let Vaporeon die. I bring my other wall, Clefable, who takes exactly 50%, but thankfully I do have leftovers, so I can still stall out this Landorus pretty well. He predicts a Protect and goes for Stealth Rock, but I go for Moonblast knowing I can survive one more and get the Wish anyway to heal up, so that worked out pretty well. And the Moonblast crit, that was really nice. Probably wouldn't have mattered in the long run, but definitely did help. So once again, I'm going to keep wishing while he keeps earthquaking, but because he can't do more than half of my health, I will eventually win this stall war. But he catches on, pretty smart opponent, goes for knockoff, so I no longer have my leftovers, which is definitely hurtful to poor Clefable there. You can see as I go up the ladder on Shoddy Battle, my opponents are getting tougher and tougher. A little bit of a freeze, don't worry, it'll unfreeze. Venusaur resists the Moonblast, so that was a good switch on his part. Clefable is all healed up though, so obviously I'm not going to, or I do leave in Clefable just to see what Venusaur is going to do. It has Sludge Bomb, pretty predictable there. And I figure I can bring in Heatran because Heatran will resist both of Venusaur's stab attacks. It's actually immune to poison. But he predicts that and goes for a Leech Seed, which is a really good move because none of my Pokemon really want to be Leech Seeded. I decide to play it safe and go for, I think, Fire Blast here, which, again, he outpredicts me and goes to Heatran, so that now has the Flash Fire boost. Not that he can really use it against my Heatran, but I feel like it's going to use a ground type attack, so I bring in Latios to take that. And he uses Protect, but doesn't really matter. I guess he doesn't know that I'm Choice Scarfed. I think I'm Choice Scarfed. I think I was Choice Banded, but I switched it to be Choice Scarfed. I go for Defog, which does count as an attack, so it doesn't go through the Protect, which means I have to use it again. I use Defog on Greninja. Get rid of those Stealth Rocks so I can bring in Dragonite for free if I have to. But I don't. I bring in Clefable because Greninja is a special attacker and Clefable is a special wall, or at least a wall in general. But I get frozen, so that's actually really unfortunate. I think at this point I just leave in Clefable. Yeah, I do. Because I don't want to risk it. I don't want to wait out the freeze, and I lost both my, I think Vaporeon has Heal Bell, but it's defeated. So I bring in Aegislash, which has Sacred Sword. He predicts that. Brings in Landorus, so the Intimidate is really nice. I guess I outpredicted him. I knew he would switch. I took a risk there, and I'm really glad I did, because that could have been really bad if I had Shadow Ball into Greninja. But so that was actually a really big prediction there, which might have um, ended up being really important. So he does use Dark Pulse. I do survive it, thankfully. And I think at this point I do go for Sacred Sword, yeah. Because of the attack drop, it's not a one-shot. I go for King Shield, I guess just to, again, see what he's going to do. Oh, and to get some leftovers gain, that's probably the real reason there. And he switches, but I think I actually switched too, because we both didn't like this matchup. I don't know why he didn't stay in Dark Pulse. I guess, I don't know. But I don't like Heatran versus Heatran, because I know his has Earth Power. So I bring in Dragonite. He goes for the safe move there, which ends up being not so safe, because Dragonite has Earthquake. I don't know why he left it in against Dragonite, but I guess none of his Pokemon really want to take Earthquake. Venusaur would have taken it the best for sure. And he brings in Tyranitar. And again, I guess Venusaur just doesn't have much it can do to Dragonite. It could have used Sludge Bomb, but either way, he goes with goes with Tyranitar. Thanks to the my ability multi-scale, I do survive the Stone Edge. And now he brings in Venusaur, but he really should have brought it in originally. And I think at this point I decide to switch as opposed to just doing some more damage. I can't get a wish into Dragonite because all my wishers are defeated, but Heatran is once again a pretty safe switch. And I guess I figure if I Fire Blast, at least it'll do some damage to Tyranitar, or if he switches in Greninja again. So he brings in Tyranitar, and I am faster, so I Fire Blast. Don't get the burn, but there was a chance of it. He does go for Earthquake, and that's the end of Heatran, but at this point I'm in pretty good shape because Dragonite does have Extreme Speed. He forfeits, which he shouldn't have forfeited because he wasn't sure my Dragonite had Extreme Speed. And without Extreme Speed, I think his Greninja could have swept my team. Ice Beam for the two Dragon types, a Scald would have taken out Aegislash, so I would have at least tried if I was him. Maybe he actually disconnected, I don't know, but it said he forfeited, so yeah, I would have won anyway because of Extreme Speed, but it would have been a lot closer. So thanks for watching, guys. See you all next time.